Okay. I think we measure the independence of two variables, and we measure the goodness of fit for one variable, categorical variable, of course, right? We use what here? For this two, we use what? Do you remember which test we use? Using, guys, the last test we have done. Do you hear me?
Z-test?
No, what we have done in the lecture. Did we have Z-test?
No.
We did it for independent and goodness of fit. If you read only the title for the last lecture, you will know. Chi-square. Chi-square. So we're using chi-square test to do this one. Okay. Now, for independent, you're talking about two variables. For goodness of fit, you have only one variable. Okay. And must be categorical variable. What does it mean, categorical? Level of education is the categories. Primary school, middle school, high school, etc. Right? Okay. Now, we are going to do another test to compare mean. Why I'm writing mean and means? Yes, and also compare proportion. What type of test do we have in this case? If you have one sample, or two sample, you use what? You either go for Z-test under condition and go for t-test. Okay. Now, when we are going to go for Z-test and when we are going to go for t-test, we go for Z-test F sigma, the standard deviation of the population known. Sometimes also F n greater than 30. The sample size is greater than 30. What you are going to do in this time, you replace sigma by S. Use the standard deviation for the sample instead, right? So opposite to this one, you're using t-test F sigma unknown and also Fn less than 30. So if you have small sample from a small population, you can go for t-test. Okay. What about if I have more than two samples? More than two samples. We will go for a test, very well-known test. They call it Anova test. Anova. Anova is not a name. Anova is abbreviation for a sentence called analysis of variation. So to compare the mean, we are going for single factor Anova. Anova single factor. Okay, this is how to make your route map to go to the right tests. Okay, we will go for, finally, we go for comparing variance. Also, I have one sample and I will have two samples. What about if you have one sample? I go for chi again. Yes, chi. Yes, you got using the chi distribution, but this is different tests. Chi test. Okay. If I have two samples, I have another test called F test. This is your route. Okay. So if you would like to take a screenshot, take a screenshot, right? Now let's go for our first target. We finish this one. We finish it. Now we will go for this one, right? Okay. If you have only one sample like this one, what do you notice? Are you given the standard deviation here for this sample or for the population or not? If you read this one, you find you didn't find any information about. Yes, and the population standard deviation is 100. So he gave you the standard deviation. And at the same time, the sample size 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have 30. But the main point, you are given the standard deviation. So which test you are going to use? To compare the mean, which test you are going to use? I just give you the information here. You will go for Z or you go for T to compare the mean. Please answer me, right, wrong, it doesn't matter.
T test, Doctor.
Why T tests? He given you the sigma. He given you the standard deviation of the population sigma. So if you know sigma, you will go for the Z test, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is the steps for any test. First, you have to state the hypothesis test. You have two hypotheses, the null hypothesis and your claim, your research claim, which is the alternative one. If I read this one, he would like to judge the statement that SAT math test was 515. Okay. This is how to go for the right test. Given this one, you would like to go for the average. Average, it means the mean. So you are going to compare the mean by this value, right? Okay, the null hypothesis is always equal. So this is the null hypothesis equal 515. But how I get the alternative hypothesis less? Why it is not greater than? Why it is not equal? From here, he's just saying below. Below means less. So the alternative or the claim is below this value. So the alternative hypothesis will be the mean less than 515. That's so good. Now I write the two hypotheses. Next, it is easy to go for what? Yes, for the critical value. What is the critical value? You are given the significance, level of significance, alpha. Okay. And you go for the Z.
دكتور.
Yes.
دكتور في واحدة من البنات طلعت بالغلط.
Please don't interrupt me, please.
لا دكتور، بس في وحدة تبغى تدخل ميتنج طلعت بالغلط and you locked the meeting.
Shall I say again? I said speak in English. I said don't interrupt us. Clear? So you find the Z corresponding to this one, right? How I find Z? How I find the Z? You have Z table. If you go here and you just type Z table. I would like to have it PDF. Okay. You have Z negative and also you have Z positive, right? So I write it Z table. So I'll put for you this one in the chat to know how to use the table. You have it. Please open it to know how to use the table. Alpha is 0.1. He gave it to you here. Alpha 0.01, right? So your alpha, if you have one tail or two tail, you have to know it from the alternative houses. The alternative houses less than, it means you are going to have your error to the left. Okay, so you are going to get the Z corresponding to the left tail. So you get Z equal to the probability corresponding to alpha, which is 0.10. So if you go for 0.10, of course, with the probability less than half in the standard normal distribution, it means your Z will be negative, right? Your Z will be negative because the total area under the Gauss or the bell shape is 1. It is symmetric, so you have 0.5 to the right and 0.5 to the left. Once the probability, which is the area under the curve, less than 0.5, it means you are in the negative side of the Z, right? So I'll go for 0.1. Where is 0.1? Can you find 0.1 here? The probability in the body of the table. Can you find 0.1? Roughly 0.1 0.11, right? So yes, you are between that one and that one, right? Catch it?
Yes.
So what you are going to do, you just take the average, right? This is what happened here. So the average, you find the critical value is minus 1.28, right? So if you go again to this one, so you minus 1.2, and if you're coming for the 8, you will find roughly your 0.1 between these two. These two between what? 0.8 and 0.9, okay? So you take the average of minus 1.28 and minus 1.29. So it will be the right critical This is how to find the critical value from the table, right? Next, you go for the statistical values. The statistical value coming from the formula. What is the formula for z-test for one sample? X bar minus mu over sigma over the root square n. Okay, so how to find X bar? You have your calculator. If you have your calculator, please do it with me. You go for what? You go for mod, stat. Okay. You will have only one column here, X. So you type your data. Once you type your data, finish it, just press AC. Okay. And then shift and 1. Why shift and 1? Because this is right in statistics. Okay. After shift and 1, you will have here, if it shift and 1. What do you have? What you can see in shift and 1? You will have X bar, you just choose variance here, sorry. You choose variance, one variable. And here you go for one variance again. Once you choose this one, you will have X bar, which is a mean, okay, and S, which is a standard deviation. I'll give you the link to my video for how to use a calculator to do the statistics. I think I gave it to you before. Where is it? Yes, this is the one. So you can go for it and you know how to use the calculator. Okay. Now let's back to now I have the mean and the standard deviation. I substitute in the formula for one sample z-test, X bar minus mu. What is mu? Mu is the mean of the population. So it must be given in the, mu is the mean you are comparing to. So you are comparing to 515, so the mean is 511. This value 509, when you input this one to your calculator and find the mean, you will find this value. And you find 100 is given for you as a standard deviation. Once you substitute in this formula, you have minus 0.36. This is a statistical value. How to judge the claim? By comparing the Z statistics with the critical Z is critical. So this is a critical value. Z stat, it's not in the rejection area, because the rejection area, because it is left tail, it will be left to the critical value. So this is the only value of Z before this one in the negative side. You reject the null hypothesis, right? But once it's not coming in the rejection area, you accept the null hypothesis. So in this case, you will accept this one, right? Which is, you said yes, the SAT mass test average is 515. Okay. How to summarize or write a conclusion for this one? This is a very well-known sentence. there is not enough evidence to support the claim that the students scored below the national average, right? Again, when you have a problem like this one, and you are given the standard deviation, and you would like to compare the mean, you will go for z-test, okay? Once you are given the standard deviation, or if your sample size is greater than 30, okay? This is how to know how to use the table. This is one, okay? And how to use the calculator to get the mean and the standard deviation, to use the formula to have the z-stat, compare them. And I prefer to sketch this little graph, how to know it is left tail or right tail from the alternative hypothesis, right? Okay. And it's very important to write this one. Can we do this one in Excel? Excel doesn't give you z-test for one sample, right? If I go for this one, I'll go for data analysis. Okay. Do you have z-test for one sample? This is z-test for two sample only. Can I use it? Yes, I can use it. I have another sample, and if I write the same sample, right, with all of the data is equal to what? Equal to this value I'm comparing with. This is the trick I can use in Excel to use Excel in one sample z-test. I'm just having this one, all of this data in one column, and I write corresponding to this one, the whole values are 515, and I can use this one. We will go in details using Excel, right? So the main point, how to use your calculator to find the mean and the mean in this case, and how to use the table to find the critical value, okay? If we go for two sample, we have to decide it's z-test or t-test, right? But z-test is easy when you have this formula when the two population don't have the same variance or the same standard deviation, right? Okay. And if you are not given sigma, so you cannot use z-test in this case, unless n1 and n2, each one is greater than 30, so you can replace the population standard deviation by the standard deviation for the sample. Okay, instead of sigma 1 square, you write it as 1 square. Okay. For the t-test, you are not given the sigma, so the formula doesn't have sigma at all. It has S. S is the standard deviation for the sample. So S1 square is the variance of the first sample. S2 square is the second. Okay. We have very special test in T different from Z, which they call it Baird t-test. What does it mean, Baird t-test? It means you have the same group, you have a treatment, and you would like to test this treatment, and you have a measurement for this one, quantitative data, okay? And you would like to say this treatment is okay. You do the test before the treatment, and then you do the test and having the measurement after the treatment. This is very important for you in the clinic and in your medical research, right? Or you can go for two groups, right? One group for using the treatment and one group don't have the treatment, right? And you go for the normal t-test. But the Baird t-test, you must have the same group, right? And you have the measurement before and after the treatment, right? Z-test doesn't have a degree of freedom, doesn't depend on the sample size, right? But T depends on the sample size. So the degree of freedom when you have two sample, okay? Some people saying the smaller of N1 minus N2 or N2 minus N1. And some people say no. I will go for N1 plus N2 minus 2. Okay. So you may find something different in different books, but we will agree with this one and we'll go with this one, right? Okay. In the bird t-test, as I said, it is the same group, so there is no two groups, so you don't have N1 and N2. So the degree of freedom in this case is N minus 1. If you have two tail tests, you are going to say the mean of the first population is equal to the mean of the second population, or they are not equal. In this case, not equal, they call it two-tail test. So you are going to divide your alpha, or the level of significance, into two pieces. Alpha over 2 to the right, alpha to the 2 to the left, right? So you have two critical value in this case. But if you have the claim, the first population mean is bigger than the second population mean, so bigger, it means you are in the right. So this is, you call it right tail. And alpha will be in the right. The total alpha will be to the right. If you have the first population mean less the second population mean as your claim, you go for the left tail. In this case, alpha will be to the left. Okay. So you have to distinguish between your claims not equal or greater than or less than. This will be retrieved from the question, right? And you go for the same steps as one sample we have seen. Some people don't like to compare with the statistical value and the critical value. They saying if we have level of significance alpha as a probability, so we can compare with the probability. What is the probability of the z-stat? Okay, we call it p-value. So we will compare the p-value with the level of significance, and can we judge very similar to the comparing the statistical with the critical. If I have this problem, right? Look at this one. Assume sigma 1 and sigma 2 is equal to 3.3, right? So you are given sigma. So you are going to use T or Z. If you are given sigma, you are going to use T or Z.
Z.
Z. Okay, good. Now the first step, as I said, the claim. Why he said the alternative hypothesis mu1 greater, because of here. Greater than, he said greater than, right? So my claim or my alternative hypothesis will be greater than. Okay. Next, I go to find what? The mean for each sample, right? I have my calculator. I find the mean for this one, and I find the mean of that one. So you can use it. You are given this one already. This is a formula for the z-stat. He found the z-stat. Now he's not going sorry, to go for z-critical. He would like to have the p-value comparing to the z. Okay, so I'm looking for 1.06. So I'll go for z equal to 1.06. So this is 1.06 will be what? Yes, it will be here. This is 0.9, this is 0.98, 0.7, 0.6. So this is the probability corresponding to 108, right? So yes, it is the same. Because it is a right tail, it is a right tail, so I would like to have, this is the value probability, it means the area before 1.08 to the left to 1.08. But I would like to compare it with alpha, and alpha in this case to the right. So I would like to have the area to the right of this value. The total area is 1. Subtracting this one, I will get the area to the right of this z-stat. Now I have this b value, I call it b value. I will compare it with my alpha. Okay. I explained to you how to find 1.06 here. So you will find this is not the p-value because you are having right tail. So you have to get the area to the right, the area to the right. This is the area to the left. So the area to the right will be the total area, which is 1 minus this value, right? Okay. Fine. Now I will compare this p-value with the given alpha. The given alpha is 0.1. This is bigger than this one. What does it mean bigger? It means you're having area. This is alpha. And the p-value is bigger. So it is bigger. It means it is not including in the rejection area, which is corresponding to alpha. So you are accepting the null hypothesis, right? So you are saying they are equal mean. They're having equal mean, right? And then you write the summary for your result to say there is not enough evidence to support the claim. I'm not going to support the claim. I will go with this one. So there is not enough evidence to support the claim that the college offer more sports for males than they do for females. At what? Yes, at the level of significance 0.1, right? If I have a different level of significance, for example, 0.15, in this case, I'm not going to go with the null hypothesis. I will go with the claim, right? So your decision depends on the level of significance, right? Okay. If you have this one, right? Are you given the sigma here? This is a two population, men and women. You are not given the sigma. So in this case, to compare the means of these two, you will go, in this case, you go for T, because the standard deviation or the variance for the population are not known, right? So you will go for t-test, right? T-test having different formula, right? Let's do it by hand. This one, let's do it by hand. Now, we'll go step by step. Do you have your calculator? Guys, I would like to have for men average equal to what? You go for mode, please. Go for mode. Go for statistics, number 3. If you have Casio FX991 ES Plus and you choose the first one variable, you have X in column. You just type 10.4 and press equal to get the second one, which is 11.1. Press equal, go for the next one, 10.8. Press equal, 11.7, press equal, 12.8, press equal, 12.6, press equal, 14.7, press equal, 12.9, press equal, 13.3, press equal, 14.5, press equal. You finish input your data, press AC, Shift and 1 to have this. You have a window, type some data variable minimum distribution in this one. I will go for number 4, which is very. You have N, which is the sample size. You have X bar, which is the mean. You have sigma x, which is standard deviation for the population. You have Sx, which is a standard deviation for the. I would like to have the mean. So I press number 2 and then press equal. What do you have? What do you have?
دكتور طلع لي error. Let me repeat.
Okay.
Doctor, 12.48.
Excellent. Yes, 12.48. Now I would like to have the standard deviation for the men. Men, standard deviation. If you would like to call this one X bar for M, and you call this one standard deviation for M, you again shift and 1. This case you go for 4 also, and press Sx, which is number 4. What do you have?
1.477.
1.4, excellent. 1.477084, right? Okay. Now I have done it for the men. Let's go for women. So in this case, I'll go for that one and start again. Mod, stat. I go for number 1 variance, and I input the woman values. 10.6 equal 9.6 equal 10.1 equal 9.4 equal 9.8 equal 10.2 equal 9.5 equal 11.2 equal 10.3 equal again 10.3 equal 8.8 equal 9.5 equal 9.3 equal 9.5 equal the last one 11 equal. Press AC now, shift and 1. I'll go for variable number 4. I would like to have the mean, so I press number 2 X bar and press equal. What do you have?
9.94.
Yes, 9.94. Yes, 9.94. Now again, shift and 1. I will go for variance again, number 4. In this case, I'm looking for the standard deviation. Woman standard deviation equal to SW. What is the value? Number 4. What's the value?
0.66633.
That's enough. Okay, thank you. Now I'm ready to find the stat value, right? So in this case, I have two sample, t-test for unequal variance. How I did know this one? Because I can consider they are not equal variance, okay? And he gave me alpha. So what is the formula for T? Yes, x1 bar minus x2 bar minus mu1 minus mu2 over root square of s1 square over n1 plus s2 square over n2. Okay. This is a formula I'm going to substitute. Yes, this is 0 because this is coming from the alternate null hypothesis, mu1 equal to mu2. What is your claim here? He said are different. He didn't say less than or greater than or below or something like this. Are different, it means your claim is the alternative hypothesis HA mu1 is not equal to mu2. Once you know this one, so you have two-tail test, two-tail t-test. In this case, you have two critical value. We'll see. This is a t-stat. Okay. So I know the difference is here. Now I'm just having t-stat. Can you give me x1 bar 1.477? That's enough. Minus 9.94. Okay. Sorry, x bar is 12. Sorry, 12. 12.48 minus this one over root square of S1 square is what? 1.47 square over N1. What is the sample size of the min? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So N1 is 10. N1 is 10. N2 is equal to what for woman? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 is 15. So I can here write 10 plus the standard deviation for the woman 0.666 square over N2, which is 15. Can you give me the value of this one? Be careful with the root square and be careful with the fraction also. You can do it step by step. You can subtract first and you square, okay, and find the values and do it at least to guarantee t-stat is correct, right? What's your answer? You have to practice because in the exam, this shouldn't take more than 1-2 minutes, right? Okay. Now you are given alpha as 0.05. Because you have two-tailed test, it means your alpha will be cut into two pieces. Alpha over 2 on this side and alpha over 2 this side. Why it is two-tailed? Because H0 mu1 equal to mu2, but the claim HA mu1 is not equal to mu2. So this is two-tailed test. This is coming from the alternative hypothesis, right? Okay. Now I would like to have alpha over 2. So alpha over 2 will be 0.05 over 2, which will be what? 0.025, right? Okay. So you have two critical value. T4 0.025 and you have T4 1 minus 0.025. As I said, the probability here is less than half, and the probability here is big than half. So you can get the other critical here at this one, right? So you can find the two critical value. How I can use the t-test, the t. I will give you the t-table in the chat, so you know how to use it. T-table. Now you can open the t-table. You will see it like that, right? Okay. So you go for t 0.025. Where is it? Here it is, right? But before I go for the table, I have something called degree of freedom. You don't have it in Z. This column, it is already the value of Z, but in T, it is given for you for the degree of freedom. What is the degree of freedom? Degree of freedom up to this block. He said the smallest from N1 minus the minimum value of N1 minus 1 or N2 minus 1. Okay, so the minimum for 10 minus 1 for the men or 15 minus 1 for the woman. So the minimum of this one will be the minimum of 9 or 14. So I will go for what? For 9. So I have a degree of freedom equal to 9. Okay, and alpha is equal to 0.025, right? Look at this one. If I go for two tail, no need to divide it alpha by 2 because it is written here, one tail, two tail. So alpha is what? 0.05. So I'll go for two tail. Okay, if I go for two tail, so alpha will be 5%. Where is the 5%? This is a, where is it? This is a 5%, right? Okay. Degree of freedom is equal to what? 9. So I go horizontally until I reach the T value, T critical, right? 1.833, right? So this is not the right one. The right one is when I have two tail, I will have 0.025, right? I'm correct? Okay. For each tail will be 0.025. So the right one is this one, right? So you go for 9 and go horizontally until you reach two tail for 5%. Two tail for 5%. It is 2.262. So T for 0.95 equal to what? This is the right tail, okay? .83, and the smaller one 0.025, it will be this one, right? So I get T for alpha for one tail 5% or two tail for 10%. It means this 10% divided by 2. But in my case, I have 5% for the 2, right? So when you divide it by 2, you have 0.25. So the critical value will be corresponding to this one, but when I reach the degree of freedom 9, right? So it will not be like this. It will be 2. Be very careful with this one. 2.228. Okay. So if you notice here, if it is your alpha is 10%, so for one tail will be 5%. It means you divide this one by 2 in this case, right? Here I have 5% for the two tail. This is why you divide it by 2 to have each tail, right? So I'll go for 5% for two tail and I'll go for the degree of freedom 9. I will find the probability is the value of T is 2.26 2. Okay. Now you know how to use this one. Now you have the T critical. You said you have two values for the T critical, yeah, right? You have a right one and left one. So the right one will be what? 2.262, and the left one you will be minus 2.262. Is it? Hello? Yes, because you have in the middle 0. Yeah. Now you know this two critical value, and you're supposed to calculate the stat value. You didn't give me the value here. Can you calculate this one? 12.98 minus 9.94 over the root square of 1.47 square over 10 plus 0.666 square over 15. Can you find it? Hello?
Doctor, 0.4495. 0.4956.
Thank you. So I have my stat value 0.4, right? 0.4 will be here. This is the T stat from the formula. 0.4 956. 956. Okay, so this is the rejection area in my case because I have two tail. So your stat value lying in the accept. This is the area for acceptance for H naught, right? Okay. So you will accept the H naught. So what's your summary? You accept H naught because the T stat lies, or I can write it in a nice way. T stat between T critical number 1 and T critical number 2, or this negative and this is a positive one, right? So once your T stat in this case for two tail lying between these two value, so your decision will be accept H naught. So what's your summary? This is your decision. What's your summary? There is no enough evidence. Enough evidence to go with the claim. The claim is your null hypothesis, right? You have to mention at alpha equal to what? 5%, because your decision might be different when you have different alpha, right? Okay. Now I will give you the summary for what we are going to do. You have to compare mean or means. If you have one sample and when you have S, you have two samples, or sometimes you have more than two samples. Okay, we said if we go for one sample, we are going to go with Z test or we go for t-test. You go for z-test when f given the population or the standard deviation of the population. Sig, right? Or sometimes when you have the sample size or the sample size bigger than 30, which I don't like it, but anyway. So in the formula, you just replace sigma by use S, the sample standard deviation, okay. If you don't have, if you are not given sigma, sigma is unknown, you go for t-test. Or when n less than 30, you go for t-test, okay. In the two samples, you will go for this one. This is similar to this one sample or two sample, right? So you have the same choice. You go for this one or that one. But if you have more than two sample, we will next lecture, inshallah, we will see how to compare the mean using Anova test. More than two sample, we will go for Anova test or Anova single factor. And we said Anova is not a word, it is analysis of variation. And there are many types, single factor. This is the one we are going to take it next lecture, inshallah. Okay. Now, what we have to add to our Excel sheet today, we are going to add this data, right? Okay. And also we will do the tests using the Excel, right? Just to save your time, I wrote the data for you, and let's go and do it with each other, right? So, do you remember? This is your Excel. We start from the beginning. Okay, this is what we have done in the first lecture. This is next week we make linear regression, and then we have done the chi-square last week, and today we are going to compare the mean. Just to save your time, I will send you this one and you work with me. Okay. I'll take the question also for you because where is it? Where is my file? Yes. This question. Okay. You know, if you would like to use Z-test, I can write my alternative hypothesis, H naught. H naught, I can write it mu1 is equal to 30, for example. And I would like to say this is the claim HA. I'm saying mu is not equal to, okay, how to embed this symbol, not equal. Yes, where is it? This is not equal. Not equal to 30. So this one, two tail or one tail? This is two tail, right? Two tail test. But if I have this one and I change the alternative hypothesis by saying this instead of equal, I'm saying greater than. So this is right tail test, right? Tail test. Okay. If I have this one, Control C. I'm revising for you again. And I'm saying this one less than, it means this is what? Left tail. Left. I would just attach this one for you and you open and go with me to do it in the Excel. Ensemble. Please open the Excel. Open this file using your Excel, right? You have it? You have it?
لا دكتور.
Now?
Where can we find it?
In the chat.
Oh, okay, now I see it.
Yes, okay. So if I go for Excel in my data here and data analysis, I will not find Z-test for one sample, right? I have only Z-test for two samples. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going here, right? And I'm having a fake one. So I can call it fake revenue. It's not like fake this one, we call it compared revenue. Compared. So he would like to compare it with what? This revenue. I think, yes, this is a question. Oops. This is a question I forget to put it for you. This is a question about, please copy this one in your Excel, right? Just to know the question. Okay, now I would like to solve this question. Okay, up to the steps. He asking me to state the hypothesis. I did the state the hypothesis, right? But up to this question, which one I'm going to go for? Greater than. So the right one is which one of this one? Yes, this is the right one. Because I already decided this is fit for my, this is the right hypothesis, right? Because I find the word greater than, right? So I'll go for the right thing. Okay. Now, find the critical value. How to find the critical value, right? I'm from the table. Yes, you can use the Excel. OK, but I would like to make the test in one go. So what I'm going to go, as I told you, I compare it with what? 54. OK, 54. The sample 50. And alpha is 0.05. So first I'm going to write this fake one or the mock one with a greater than 24. So I will write 24 and copy it in all of these ones, right? To have the same size. OK. Now I can use the two z-test for two sample, right? Because I have it. I have the only things in here. Go for data. Go for data analysis. Please work it with me. Now I can go for z-tests to sample for means. I press OK. Now variable 1 range is this one. OK. The variable 2 range is the one I added to enable myself to use this one. Because I don't have one sample z-test in the Excel. Now, what is the difference between this one? Up to the null hypothesis, the difference mu1 is equal to 2, so you have 0, right? What is the variance? The variance is known because I'm going to use z-test, right? What is the z given to you in the question? Can you catch it? Guys? In your chat.
I can't see the question itself.
I put it in the chat.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. Sigma is 28.7, right? 28.7, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure this is, when I go for this one, the variable one is given to me 28.7. But the other one, I have to find it, right? Do you see what I mean? So before I start this one, I have to find the standard deviation for this one. So I press equal, right? And you go for the function. I go for statistical. Where is that? Here it is. You have a standard deviation. You just click here and press S. You have everything with S. Which one is the standard deviation? STD, standard deviation. Yeah, this is a standard deviation for the sample. This is a standard deviation for the population. So I'll go for the standard deviation for the population. OK. Press OK. You're asking you to shade the data. I'm just shading the data. OK. And press enter. How we got this one? Again, the standard deviation, press equal, go for fx. I go for statistical, and it's already in the my. OK. Go for stat and go for standard deviation. Just come to here and ST standard deviation. Yes, this is the right one. OK, this is the right one. The standard deviation. This is the right one. Press OK. Now I'll go for shading this one. OK. Can you explain to me the standard deviation is equal? Why standard deviation is equal to 0? Because there is no deviation from the mean. This is it's called standard deviation. So you deviate from what? From the mean. OK, all the data are the same. So the deviation from the mean is what? Is 0, right? I didn't try to tell you from the beginning this one, because the concept of the standard deviation is the deviation from the mean. Okay? The mean is similar to the data, so there is no deviation for your data from the mean. So the standard deviation is 0. Okay? Now I go for data analysis. I go for z-test for 2 sample. I'll take the first one, first variable, and I'll go for the second variable, which I added to be able to use what I have in the Excel. I don't have one sample z-test in the Excel, but I can manage with this one. Hypothesis, the mean difference is 0. The variance are given in the question. It was what? 28.7. Okay.
Yeah, doctor, just one question.
What?
Yeah, where exactly do you open the 2 sample for means?
Okay. Okay. I'll do it for you. Okay. Close. Cancel. You go for data analysis. You will have this one, right? It's alphabetic order, so you have z-test in the end. So z-test for 2 sample, because I have only one, so I have to make a fake one just to be able to use this one, right? Catch this one?
Yeah, but the data analysis, mine doesn't really have it.
Sorry? You didn't activate it?
I can't find the data analysis now.
Okay, you have to press on data. You have to put your mouse here.
Yeah, it is already on there. It's on the
Okay,
data.
so you didn't activate it. Can you activate it when you press here? Okay.
Yeah.
Anywhere. You have this window now. If you don't have the data analysis, please activate it.
Do I put customize the ribbon?
Yes. And you will have, again, I will do it for you. Press. Sorry. So you'll have this window. Click on add ends.
Yeah.
Just you have this analysis toolbox, right?
Yeah.
Press go. Don't press OK. Press go to go to the Microsoft. You will have this hidden packages. This analysis toolbox, you just tick on it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Press OK.
Yeah.
Now you have it, right?
Yes.
Very good. Now you go for data analysis. You have z-test for 2 sample. Press OK. Now I'll input my first column or my first variable. Next, I'll go for the second one, which I made it to use this one because I don't have one sample z-test. The hypothesis saying there is no difference, and the variance of this one is given in the question. I gave it to you, this one. So it is sigma is 28.7, right? So 28.7. And this mock one, I have the same data, so my standard deviation will be 0, right? I have label because in the first cell I have a name. My alpha is, yes, it is given in the question 5%. I would like to have the output range in the same sheet. So I come into any free space and I put my mouse here and I press anywhere in enough space to have the result. The mean hypothesis mean difference Yes, sorry. I have to get the mean, the two means. So I know the standard deviation. I would have the mean for this one. What is the mean for the first one? Control V. How to find the mean? Press equal. The mean here is called the average. I press the average and I find the mean for this one. Okay. And the mean for the other one, no need, because I have already the mean for this one is 24. It's the same data, right? So the difference is what? The difference is 31.5 minus 24, which is 7.5, right? Okay, so I have to be ready before I start this one to get the difference. Now, I know the difference is the mean difference to what? Equal to this one minus this one, press enter, right? 7.5. Now I'll go for data analysis. So you have to prepare everything before you go for this one. Okay, I'll go for now. I input this one, so he left for me this one. This is the difference of mean is 7.5. Okay. I would like to check if I press here, he will show me which one I include, right? Just in case. And if I press here, he give me okay. I can shade it again just to make sure get the right one. Okay. Now I have everything, and here is I'm going to have my result. Okay, I will write the same variance 28.7. No need to just to have it as 0, but must be 0. Okay. Now you have the result, right? How I can read the result? This is the most important part. The way of just not to click. Okay. So you have B value for one tail. Okay. This is the main. You just shade it. This one tail is 0.5. This one bigger than or less than alpha? This one less than or greater than? Guys, this is right tail, right? So this one bigger than or less than? Less than, bigger than alpha, bigger than 5% or 0.05. Because it is bigger than 0.5, it means you are lying in the rejection area. So you reject H naught. This is all what you have to do to write once you have the result, right? You reject H naught. How to write the summary? So you just write there is no there is enough. There is a significance difference. There is enough evidence to go with what? Go with the claim, to accept the claim. The claim is what? Yes, this is the claim here. The right one. Yeah. Control C. This is all what you do. Okay. So you go for the claim. Fine. This is for one sample Z test. Okay. Do you have one sample T test? Go for data analysis. You don't have also one sample T test in Excel. So you can go for T test with having a fake one with the same data as the one you are going to compare, right? Okay. Now let's go for the one you already have it in the. We go for the two sample. I'll just copy this one for you, just to save your time. Just I call it two sample. Sorry, I have to save it. I'll go for two sample. Okay, and also I'll put for you the question. Okay, and I will get you the data as well. Okay. Now you go with me and work it step by step. Now no need for this one. Okay. Catch this one. Two sample, what is it, two sample? Can someone share the screen and make sure you are going to the right test? Anyone can share the screen? Hello?
Yeah, doctor.
Please share your screen, please.
All right, just 1 second.
You are given the population standard deviation. Sigma 1 is 3.68 and sigma 2 is 4.7. So you will go for Z test. You are given alpha for 0.05. Is it right tail or left tail? Do you have any keyboard? Yes, thank you very much.
Do I open a new sheet?
No, it's already, you added to your Excel, right?
I don't think so. Is this it?
Yes.
Oh, okay then, yeah.
Okay. Now you go for data.
Sure, 1 second.
Data analysis.
Data.
First, we decided to go for Z. Why we go for Z? Because we are given the standard deviation for the population, for the two sample, for the two populations. Sorry. Data analysis.
There is no analysis here as well. I don't know why.
In the tools, you will find it. If you go
In
for
the
it.
tools. Where exactly? I think because this is the version that you sent us. Let me copy all of these.
Yes, copy this one and. Okay. Yes, you open this one and the old one, right? Before you activate. Yes, data analysis is here. Yeah, it's here.
Yeah, I know. Is this the same one? No, this is the new
No,
one.
no, this is the one we have done. You
Yeah,
have to add a sheet.
Yeah, let
Okay.
me add a new sheet. Sure.
Yes, thank you. Paste it. Thank you.
Okay, and
Get the question, please.
yeah.
Because we need the data from this one. No need for the A, B, C, D. We don't need it.
Sure.
Okay, excellent. Okay, now
You don't
we
need
know.
that?
No, that's okay. That's okay if you like. If
Sure.
you would like to answer the question. Okay. Now you have to decide at which test. You have two sample, right?
Yeah.
And also you are given the standard deviation for the population, so you will go for two sample Z test, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go for data analysis, Z test for two sample, press OK. We input the first one. We delete everything here. Delete.
So we go for this one?
Yes. With the label. With the label.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. We delete the other one and input the new. Okay. The second one. Very good. Okay. What is the Hyps's difference? What is the difference between the two means? You are given the two means, or you have to calculate it. Delete the old data, Ahmed.
The old data?
Yeah, 7.5 and 28. No, this is inside the, yes, the box. Okay. Alpha is 5%, that's fine. And you press label because I input the variable with the label. So take the label down. Yes. Now the difference between the mean. So I have to find the mean first, as I have done for the two variables, right?
Yeah.
For the two samples, sorry. How you can find the two means using Excel?
Yeah, so let me just press OK.
Cancel this one now. Cancel
Oh.
this one because I need the data. Now I go down.
And then you put equal average.
Yes, excellent. Equal. Go for function. Yes, if you know how to write it, that's fine. And now you just shade. Go up. Yes, excellent, brilliant. That's fine. Good. Press enter. No need to do the other one. Yes, you drag the bold corner to the next one. He will find the mean. So I will write it for you. 22.12. Okay. So you have to have a piece of paper. 22.12. And the other one is 22.76. What is the difference now?
22.12 and 22.76.
Minus 4.64.
Yeah.
Okay, a minus 0 points. So this is the one we have to input in this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for data analysis. No need for this one.
I don't forget it.
I will write it for you. Go for data analysis. Z test. Okay, now you are shading this one. This is, make sure you input the right data. Start from the beginning, Ahmed. Don't use any old stuff, right?
Yeah.
So delete all the boxes and leave it empty first, and then we go for this one, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm afraid if you have old one, yeah. Delete this one and input it again. Okay. Did you choose the first cell or not?
Oh, no, 1 second.
This is why you have to use the label for this one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, when you make a mistake, you avoid the others to do it. The
This,
difference is minus 0.64. Minus 0.64, right?
yeah.
The variance of the first one is given to you in your question, right?
Yeah.
It is given to you. Sigma 1.
Equal.
Both of them. Sorry. Well, in the question, go. Anybody open the question and say sigma 1 is 3.68, Ahmed.
Okay, 3.68.
Sigma 2 is 6.7. Now you take the label because the first cell, it's the name of the variable.
Yeah.
And your alpha is 5%. You would like to have the output range where just delete this one, Ahmed, and put in an empty space. Your mouse in any empty space. Down the question. Down the question.
So here?
Yes, yeah. And press OK now. So you have to find the mean. What he said?
The mean difference should be a positive number.
Yes, you write it. It doesn't matter. 0.64. Yeah, he doesn't like to calculate it mathematically. He would like to know the absolute value.
Do I put this?
Yes. Okay. Fine. How to read this result?
Yeah.
You have two options. First, you have in front of A, you have to solve A. Write the hypothesis, Ahmed. HA in section A, in front of section A.
Section A, here you mean?
Yes, yes. You state H naught. H naught.
H naught, okay. So H and then
H0.
H0.
Two vertical dots.
Okay.
Mu1 equal to mu2. Write mu1 equal to mu2.
Mu1 is equal
to. This is an null hypothesis for two sample test, right?
Yeah.
HA in front of it. HA.
Here?
Yes. HA, the alternative or the claim.
HA, all right.
Is what? He's telling you in the question, you have any word indicating to right or left tail?
Yeah, it says at A is equal to, no, that's 0.05. That's the difference. Yeah, it says assume A1 is equal to 3.68.
No. The claim of no difference. The claim no difference. No difference, it means mu1 is not equal to mu2.
All right. I got you.
Yeah, discussion is better than just memorizing one question.
That's true.
So two vertical dots. And you write mu1.
Mu1, okay.
Okay. And insert symbol. Go for insert.
Insert as in from here?
The left, yes. Press symbol.
Where's the symbol? Why do I not have the data here?
Press in the symbol. To the right. Yes. You have not equal. Yes. In the middle. After plus or minus.
Plus,
after down.
Here?
Left.
Here.
Yes.
All right.
No, not this one.
This one.
Yeah, yes. Insert. Press insert. And close this one. Close this one, right? You write it 3 times. Mu2, okay? Mu2. This is I answered section 1. Section 2. Find the critical value. Go down. You have how many critical value here? 2 critical value, right? What is your critical value for 2 tail?
It says for 2 tails
1.9.
For the
1.9. This is a Z critical.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In front of B, right? Z equal to 1.959. I should have another one, right?
Yep.
And also Z in the next cell. I have two critical. Z equal the same value but minus, right?
So minus 1.9.
Yes, because I have Z positive and negative. Section C. What is the compute the test value? What is the test value? It is Z. It is written Z.
Test value. Oh.
Z equal to
So
what?
this one, negative
Yes,
2.79.
minus, yes, excellent. Minus 2.79382. Make the decision, Ahmed. Are you going to reject or accept? Your Z is negative and less than in the left to the negative critical value, right?
Okay, yeah.
So you reject or accept?
So it's you mean it's
It is in the rejection area, right?
yeah, it's because it's negative.
Yes, no, it is negative left to the critical value.
Yeah, so it's less than the critical value.
Yes, it is not in between these two critical value. If it is
Yeah.
in between, you accept. So you reject. Reject. Type please. Reject. H not. H capital. H capital. Okay. Down. You have to write what? There is enough. There is a significant difference. This is how there is a significant difference between the average of, and you write the two variable names. The first one residence students and the other one commutator students. This is how to answer the question by some help from the Excel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I will let you go because you have another lecture.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
Thank you very much. Now